Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our month of August in our planners. I've got this washi tape here ready to go, as well as these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, so this month I've decided that I was going to pull out my travel sticker books and just kind of do a summary travel theme. I'm not traveling anytime soon, but I just kind of miss traveling, and I thought it would be a nice way to maybe remind myself to get out a little bit more and enjoy the things I can locally and just, have fun and be adventurous. So I am pulling in a lot of little items here that I have some clear stickers of, both from the Color Story sticker book I pulled and also the travel sticker book. There is a little section in the Color Story that's, basically the travel sticker book stickers in there. So I'm pulling from there, but also from the full book of travel related items. I kind of went back and forth before I started this video on how I was going to approach this. Wasn't sure if I wanted to do a kind of border theme similar to one I did back last year that was a travel border. That came out super cute, but I didn't want to do it exactly like that since I already had done it, and so I went away from that a little bit. I thought about doing a top and bottom theme since there's those 4 empty days at the bottom of the month, and I just did that in June with another summer kind of collage theme similar to this one, so I didn't want to do it exactly the same. So I decided on doing kind of like a falling, cascading travel item theme, coming from the top, kind of dripping down into the month a bit, but not too much, since I do use the month to track a memory each day. And so I do utilize each day, write something in each day, so it can't take up too much space. So that was the idea. And because of that, since I was going to have a lot going on at the top, I figured I would just keep the bottom clean and simple and not too much going on there, so that the focus was really on this kind of raining down of summery travel items. I've already laid in all of the smaller icon looking items that I have in my stash without doing too much repeat. I really didn't want it to be the same items over and over. I kind of wanted it to be each one individual as much as I could. If there were color variations and such, I might have done more than one, but for the most part, I tried to do one of each. And I realized I really wasn't going to have enough to fill up all of the space. So I came across this page of travel related kind of lettered words, and I thought that would be fun. Also adventure words too, not necessarily being just about travel. So I'm adding those in for a little touch of something different, and then I'm also pulling in a few of these weather icon stickers as well, since they're kind of simple and black, just to tie everything together and kind of make it feel a little bit more clumped together as one idea or one theme. And I feel like I need a few more things, so I'm just trying to see what I have available to me. Also thinking about what I want to do in the sidebar as well. I do want to add a little bit of color over there, but I'm not sure what yet. And again, I really want the focus to be at the top, so it needs to be fairly simple. Just flipping through the entire book, trying to see what else there might be in there, but I'm not finding anything that's going to really bring more to the spread. I have a few small items that I can use here to fill maybe some gaps. Again, I don't want to overdo it with having the same things over and over again, so just finding homes for some of these small things. Also rearranging things a bit for color and balance, and also to make sure that I can write around them. I'm being mindful not to put too much in any of the day slots, so that I can still write in something each day. And I would have liked to use this arrow, but it I think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to be too cluttered with that. So we're going to leave those on the sticker sheet and maybe add in 1 or 2 more words if I can find a good home for them. And then I thought maybe it'd be cute to add some palm trees around this since it is summertime. But as I started laying them in, I kind of felt like it was just going to be too cluttery down there and draw away from the main event. So I thought, well, let me try the palm tree up at the top, and I didn't like that at all. So we're just going to leave those on the sticker sheet and then add in some of these variations of the travel bottles or suntan lotion, however you want to interpret it. And I'm going to cut some up just so that I can spread them around a bit more. Also trying to vary the colors so I'm not stacking any 2 colors right next to each other, just trying to keep it, you know, varied and different per section. So again, it's not like all blue in one area or all yellow. And the technique I'm thinking in my mind as I'm laying things down is heavy on the top and then a lighter, almost cascading as you get down to the end of the first week. I'm trying not to go too much farther into the month, just trying to keep it as clean as possible, but thinking more like scattered rain with heavier rain at the top coming down with the items. That tends to work really nicely when you're doing things like confetti or just having anything that rains down the page, kind of making it more dense at the very top level and then gradually making it more sparse as you get down to where you want it to finish. That works also from the bottom up too. Just kind of think of it like fire. If you're looking at fire coming down, it's usually very solid at the bottom, and then the flames as they come through are, you know, skinny and individualized, that kind of thing. So I know it's a little bit hard to see it with so many different items, but if you picture in your mind what that would look like, it's kind of what I'm going for with the layout of the items. So I grabbed this other quote that says "Let's go," which I really like, and I thought it kind of matched well with what I already had on the bottom corner there. But again, it's almost too much. It draws the eye away from the main event. So I have it on there for now, but I decide against it pretty quickly. I was also looking for a good box for the sidebar to use, but I wasn't finding what I needed, so decided to move on and see how I might incorporate some of this washi tape into the spread. Have this one that's kind of like a thick, uneven stripe, diagonal stripe, and I'm cutting it into thirds so it's a lot thinner and not so heavy. And I thought I would just line those 4 boxes at first and then maybe scatter a little bit throughout the spread. But as I was trying it, I just kind of felt like it was going to, again, draw too much attention away from the main event. You could do something like that. I don't think it would be bad, but I decided just to do a thin bottom border with it instead, just as a little extra texture. But again, trying to keep that focus on the top half of the spread. I have this Color Story sticker book, and I did like the long box that they had there with that little paper sticker that says "We." I thought that that would be kind of good to say like yes to things, just a little reminder. And so I'm layered that. The only thing I'm not really excited about is how red it is. It's really red over there, and I don't have a lot of red going on in the spread, but I think it'll be fine if I just leave it on its own and just kind of let it be. But I'm going to remove some of the red items that I had right in the near vicinity and switch it out just so that there's no conflict of color there. I also put a gray box from that Color Story sticker book down at the bottom. I have a birthday that I want to remember this month, and that has been a good way for me to keep track of birthdays throughout the month without really taking up too much space on my spread for the memory keeping. I also have this really great yellow washi and thought about maybe doing a background at the top, but again, I think simpler is better on this one now that I see it kind of coming together. So we're just going to leave it like it is, and I'm going to start off here on the actual spread whiting out those 4 boxes so it's like one big piece and laying in the washi. I used my Sakura Jelly Roll whiteout pen for the whiting out of the fine lines, and that works really great. It's one of my favorite things. I use it a lot. So that, amongst a lot of other things you see me use here in the video, are down below in the description, so do check it out if you're looking for something in particular. And just trying to get the placement right for that quote. Make sure it's centered there in the area I have. Again, just keeping it simple. And okay, so I've got all the bigger items in, and now we're going to work towards getting these collage items on the spread without too much movement. So I really do like the roll-off technique from the wax paper that I use to do the setup. However, when the stickers are like this and they're really small and not touching, it makes it a little bit more challenging to roll them off. But I'm still going to do it because I have the placement pretty well set and I don't want things to get too off from where I have them on the wax paper, and then it kind of messes up the design. So I'm going to do my best to get stuff off by rolling, as you see here. And then I also realized I wanted to white out behind some of these items just so that it looks a little cleaner as it touches some of the lines or crosses over a day. I'm using that whiteout pen again and am whiting out behind ones I've even already laid down just because I really like that look of it being clean behind the stickers. For some reason, this is my Jelly Roll 10, which is like a 1.0 tip. I really like that one, but it seems to be maybe running out of ink. So in a minute, I'm going to switch it up, but I keep shaking it because it's not flowing like it normally does. So I must have used it up already. And it's really hard to tell in the barrel how much you have left. So I've already gotten that first side kind of down for the most part, and now I'm just going to try to be more proactive here with the whiting out of the lines, laying things out, and seeing how they're going to lay on the page before I actually lay them down so I can white out behind them. And going to do that whole technique again here on the opposite side with the roll off. Not too bad. I think I'm going to do it in sections. That seems to work a little bit better. And some of these I'll move over manually because, again, about the whiting out of the lines. Trying to give it time to dry before I start laying these over top of them. Some of these I'm just going to move over by hand just for simplicity's sake. Just this one last one here. I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim off any excess sticker that's overlapping the border and save any pieces that I think I might be able to reuse. So I'll just quickly do that. Some of the pieces are just too small to make any impact, but anything that's, you know, maybe a quarter of the size of the image or so, I am saving to maybe put a little bit more at the top or on the sides. Just going to move some things around maybe just so it looks a little bit more natural. Try to find a home for this guy now that I've moved him. And once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.